Back with another episode of Life After the Feds. Today we'll be introducing one of my good friends, man. I call him my brother, man. We go way back to we was teenagers, man. Up, um, coming up, we did a lot of things together, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, fam.
Yeah, I'm Hawk, Darnell Hawkins, but everybody know me as Hawk. Um, did Fed time too, and out here just enjoying it, making things happen.
I know that's right. Um, First off, let them know what you did Fed time for and how long you did.
I did two Fed bits. First one was for bank robbery. That was in 2000 and made it home 05. Then 06, I went down for 20 for a drug case and made it home in 2021. And
2021. You've been home about
yeah,
years.
3 years now. 3 years for change.
So you said you
Yeah,
went down
man. And
2000 and what was that for the 20 years? What year was that? 2006.
yeah, that was 06. Yeah, 06. Yeah, caught a 20. The supposed to still be in there for real, but thanks to Trump with that First Step Act, and that kicked me out on compassionate release after 15 years.
That's what I was gonna say. So on a 20 piece, you served 15 on a 20 piece. So when you got ready to come home, did you know like you was coming home, or was it like something that popped up on you?
Nah, I'm sitting in there going about my regular day. The motion got put in for compassion relief. I've been plenty of motions got put in over the 15 years, and I'm looking for it to get denied. And then I'm at my bed, and the counselor come in there and say, "We're looking for Mr. Hawkins." And I said, "That's me." And he was like, "You got a place to go?" And I said, "Yeah." He was, "All right, you got 2 hours. You got immediate release." Yep. And man, couldn't believe it.
I mean, a
Yeah,
blessing.
but yeah. So nobody knew, I was coming except for my cousin. I called him. I let him know, yo, I just got immediate release, man. I'm leaving here in like 2 hours. I'll call you as soon as I get up out of here. And caught a train to New York and taking a Greyhound back to Canton. Greyhound trip was for 23 hours long. And as
Yeah,
soon as I got midway, my cousin and had him meet me in Pennsylvania. Yep, and
yeah.
picked me up from there and drove the rest of the way back home.
Where was you? What institution was you coming from?
Man, oh man, it's crazy. Like I'm almost forgetting. The one that used to be at a women's prison.
Danbury.
Damn, not Danbury. Uh, wow. Yeah, I was at that place for 6 months, man. Um, it's wow. I can't believe I don't forgot that. Like all that stuff I put in my distant memory.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Okay, you got immediate release. You know, some guys they get prepared to get ready to come home. You know what I'm saying? Like you get prepared. Like I got 6 months, I got 90 days, I got 30 days. This is immediate release, bro. You know what I mean? This is like where your mind at, where your mental state at on this.
Um, like I said, I think my whole bit I was pretty much prepared to go. Cause I'm fighting the whole way through. And I'm
Right.
always like, man, this motion gonna get granted. I'm out of here. So I
Yeah,
was always like prepared. And like when it actually hit me, that I was gone, coming out, like man, I don't I went through a lot of changes though, man. Like thinking about that, man. Like I could at first I felt a lot of anger, toward the
yeah,
system because I know they
yeah.
done me wrong. And then it was also like a relief, man. Like I'm finally about to be out, man. And like it didn't grasp me until I actually walked out that gate, man.
Right.
It's like,
Like,
wow,
yeah,
man. Yeah, man. And I don't know. All I was thinking about, man, is getting home to my kids. I ain't seen them in forever. I left when they was like 9 and 7. I'm coming
right.
home to adult kids.
Yeah, yeah. So you coming home to um grown kids. When you left, you said there was 9 and 7. Plus, you already had spent some time away from them already.
Yeah.
So it's a gap in a space. So now you got to build your relationship back with them. Initially, how was that? How was that building with them?
My oldest son, like he took to me instantly, because we always had a bond. We was always on the phone together. Now my daughter and my youngest son, like us 3 years, and that bond still ain't even all the way there. Like
Right,
we still a work in progress.
right.
Yeah, because of that time.
Yeah, but it's a work in progress, so that's good that you're working towards that.
Yeah,
I know intimate details of your struggle and what you was going through trying to get out of there, man. I'm so happy you back on this other side. We spoke, I came and seen you, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's a blessing that you back out here. Now, when you got out here, did you have a plan of action of like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do on the job side for a job?
yeah. I got a paralegal degree. So I
Okay,
said I was gonna come out here and do some paralegal work and cut hair since I got
yeah,
my barber's license. But
right,
I got out here and seeing that it really wasn't a strong market for the paralegal side. They was only paying like 30,000 a year. And then the barber side, it seemed like that's the young man's game now.
right,
Like that came and went. So then,
right,
thanks to you and a lot of other brothers, pushed me in the direction of getting the CDL. Said to go to Ohio Means Jobs. They got a grant program, and they're gonna pay for your school. So that's what I did, and went there and went to Big Rigs and did 4 weeks of training, and I ain't never looked back.
yeah. Well,
First job was 100 and some thousand a year.
yeah, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So you come on, boom, so you didn't waste any time in there. You didn't waste any time while you was doing the time. You got a paralegal license. Did you also get your barber license inside?
Yeah, definitely. All of that came inside.
Uh-huh. So you got
Yeah.
so you didn't waste any time. You got barber license, paralegal. So you going regardless of what situation, you was gonna hit the ground running.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Like I knew I wasn't never going back in there. Like
You're right.
so I prepared myself, like I said, the whole way through getting the necessary tools to survive out here.
Right.
I knew when I got out here, like the same temptations, like everything would be right there. And it's
Right.
like I just wanted to choose a different route.
Yeah. Yeah. So you in the truck drive now. You driving trucks. Um, what's some of the struggles and challenges that you face like when you first came out? Like, did you go to the halfway house? Did you spend time there?
Nah, like I said, I got immediate release. I came straight home.
So you straight
Like,
home.
yeah. And
Okay.
like the biggest struggle, like initially when I came home, was not having a vehicle.
Yeah.
And it's like once you get a vehicle and you can maneuver around, then
Yeah.
everything else kind of just fall in place. But you're gonna need that vehicle to get to these jobs, to get to these training places. And
Right.
like I said, once that happened, everything just kind of it just fell in place. A
Yeah.
lot of the guys when I came home, they hit me off with some money, so I wasn't hurting on the money side. And
Mm-hmm.
man, it's just like I said, it's been a beautiful transition for me.
Right. That transition, man. Transition from going from 15 years to back. I'm back right now. You know, that's a beautiful transition. You know, but mentally, mentally, how was you like preparing yourself for this release?
Um, man, like I said, I fought the whole way I was in, the whole time I was in.
Yeah,
So it's like most people over a long stretch they get institutionalized, and I
right,
feel like that was never me. Like my
right,
mind stayed out here.
yeah,
Yeah, I stayed fighting. Yeah, so it was like I was when them doors open, I was ready.
yeah. I
Yeah,
understand.
I was ready, man.
How was it? How was it finding a job? How was that experience? Let me ask you this first.
Uh,
Did you ever work a job before you went to prison?
nah, no, no, Well, I had like yeah, I did. I had the jobs like when I was coming home from like state prison and my first federal bit. You know, you're in the halfway house, you got to get a job. So
Yeah,
I had them jobs, and then as soon as I get released from the halfway house, I quit them. Yeah,
right.
but like coming home, this was like my first time actually getting a solid job and working. And like I
Yeah,
said, it's been trucking, and it's like the easiest to me because you just literally sitting down and you just driving. And I
yeah,
like to hit the road and drive.
yeah, definitely. Now I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to take these people back to the history, not little history, because we got big
Yeah,
history. I want to take these people back to when we was where we started at in juvenile. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah,
like when we was 13 or 14, we was, teeter-tottering with different things, but we end up catching I think you was probably one of the first guys that I knew or that we knew that caught like little juvenile time. But at the time when you get a year or 18 months, that's like a big number.
yeah, yeah.
You, you go, you do what you do 18 months,
What I did on that? Well, that was 14, 14 months.
you did
Yeah, I
14
did 14 months. Yep. And Indian River came home for 5 days
5 days.
and went right back in for a drug case. You did
Yeah,
7 months on that.
yeah, yeah. And I had
Crazy.
juvenile system. I did 6 months and I was out for maybe not even 6 months. And I went back and did another 6 months. You know, I'm just trying to show the people the pattern that we took. You know what I mean? My mother used to tell me, like,
Yeah,
take the hard road or you're gonna take the easy road. I the easy road was selling drugs. You know what I mean? This is easy. I can make a quick dollar, woo woo, but actually it was the hard road because we only progressed to juvenile, state,
yeah,
federal. You see,
yeah. And them sentences got bigger and bigger as you go.
they get bigger and bigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, we don't realize it like when we turn 18 that we could spend the rest of our lives in prison. You know what I mean?
right.
Things that we
And
doing.
like speaking on this progression, like I think about like how I progressed to be a bank robber. And it started 13, 14, running into the little local stores, grabbing little stuff and running out,
Yeah,
laughing about it. And
right.
then it progressed to an adult. Now I'm running at banks, jumping over the counter, grabbing the money the same way and running out.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep. But see how it just progressed, but it was the same thing I've been doing.
yeah, yeah. It came. It didn't come natural, but it was something that we adapted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we we transitioned from doing petty crimes to escalate to do bigger crimes. Now with bigger crimes come bigger time, you know,
Definitely.
and we definitely had to do that, man. So boom.
Yeah.
So that's our history, man. That's our juvenile history. So now we adults. I think I didn't see you for, man. I ain't see you for a long time, man. Um,
Yeah, missing each other through the bits.
through the bits, through the
Yep.
bits.
I'm out, you in, I'm out.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, but I'm glad we made it to the point that we can sit here and talk about this now. A lot of people didn't make it to this point where we can sit here and have these conversations. You know what I mean? Um,
Definitely.
what would you tell a person, like what would you tell a person, a younger person? Say, they younger, they about to be 18, or they've been through the situation we've been juvenile, and they about to turn 18. What advice could you give that person?
Man, you know what? I just know like when you out there, man, doing bad, it's to me I look at it like it's like a credit card bill. Like it's gonna come and it's gonna have some interest.
Right.
And and a lot of these youngsters is out here doing stuff, man, with they guys, man. Like they really ain't been tested. You hear
Yeah.
me? Like when they come and you in that courtroom and they talking 240 months, you know, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, because only few of us take it and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the majority of them, and I seen it like they fold.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I would tell him to get a vocational trade or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just stay away from that. Like you already know where that's going in.
Right.
But yeah, get you a vocational trade and be out here.
Right. I always think about that too. Like, um, if I would have had a little more guidance, or a father figure, because I didn't have that in my life. You know what I mean? So I was loose. I was real loose and flexible in the streets. You know what I mean? I could go here and go there, run out all night and stuff of that nature. But if I'd have had that father figure or male figure,
Right.
role model, to be like, hey man, listen, you could go to the military, um you could go to electrician school, or be a carpenter, heavy machine operator, just something to, you know,
Yeah.
to say,
It's crazy because like I had all that in place.
right.
You know, father, all my uncles, all the men around us worked, took care of the family.
Oh
Older
man.
brothers in the service. Like we had it all, but it was just like my generation was the one that went a different path.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think it was just the lure of the lure of the streets, and you young, you listening to that music, man.
Right.
And man, but yeah, it was we had everything in place, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Just get a trade, or something of that nature, because we wasted a lot of time behind the bars. You know what I mean? Being
Yeah.
in the system. You know what I mean? You 15 years, I got 10 years. You know what I mean? A lot of that time we miss with our children. We trying to build bonds with them. And I'm building with my children, but I'm not as close as I would like to be with them. You know what I mean? We love each other, but at the end of the day, we're not as close as we want to be. You know what I mean? And I gotta let them live their life. As much as I sit here and I can say, hey, do it like this, do it like that. They're
Uh
trying to figure themselves out and move in their direction. You feel me?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm going through it, like I said, with mom, not going through it, but like I said, the bonding ain't all the way there with like my two youngest kids, man, because of that time. And
Right.
I missed out on some years. Then I came home, my daughter expressed, she was wanting me to move down to Charlotte, and get the bill, with her. And if
Yeah.
she felt slighted that, I stayed in Ohio and ended up having another daughter,
Yeah.
and like I can understand, where she coming from though too though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like I got with a lady that got a bunch of kids. She was like, "Hey, I'm over here. You don't missed all these years. You need to be building with bonding with me." and that's we working on it, but it ain't where it should be. But like I
Yeah,
said, it's gonna take some time though on both parts because she grown too. She got a life. I'm grown. I don't miss out all these years. I'm trying to live my life too.
yeah, yeah. Like we're not like we can't never make up for lost time. You never
Nah,
back. All we can
mm,
do is look forward and build. You know,
yeah,
um, I want to ask you this question: While you were doing that 15 years, or while you were doing time, have you lost someone that you love and care about? Let me ask you that.
man, yes, yeah, yeah. Like my grandmother passed, my pops passed, um, aunts, uncles, my
Yeah.
cousin passed, Poochie. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest parts about doing time, because you just watching everybody that you grew up with and love like they dying, and it's like you powerless to do anything. You just in there to grieve alone and just keep it moving.
Yeah. Facts. I'll say this, man. I may have said it before. Um, when my mother passed away in 2013, bro, that was like one of the worst feelings I ever felt in my life. You know what I mean? To lose her and not
Yeah,
be there. And she was there for me all the time, like no matter what. She was there for me. And I was out in the yard, man, and I was, I'm over there, by myself, my Mexican partner, he pull up on me, man, like Samuel. He said, Samuel, what's wrong, Samuel? When I tell him my situation, man, and he sat there and we talked for a minute, you know what I mean?
yeah,
That was a hard pill to swallow. And I told myself then, like, bro, I'm not coming back to nothing like this. You know what I mean?
man.
I'm not coming back to anything like this where I can't, they ain't letting you go see your loved ones. And I'm all the way
Nah,
big spring,
none of that.
I'm on the other side of America. So, you know, for a person, just be aware of them things, man. You're not the only person that's involved. When you out here doing whatever you're doing. Don't get me wrong. I don't know
Yeah,
what that a person is doing. Do what you got to do, but have a plan while you're doing it. You know what I mean? Make sure you're using that
that's
on whatever you're doing. You know?
yeah, that's real, man. And I think back to like, my days, like I didn't really even have a plan. I'm out here, I get as quick as I get it, I spend it.
Yeah.
No plan like when you come in, you're gonna do this here and do that, and you get the money, but you keep going.
You
And
keep going.
you keep going until you get caught.
Yeah. You ball to
Yeah,
you ball.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
And and that logic is so crazy, man, because it only need to take you that one time.
that's it.
And
That's it.
that's it. You ain't seen these streets for decades.
Right. And
Yeah, man.
one of the things, and people don't like to admit this, but I can admit to this to myself now. I was addicted to the hustle. I love the bump and grind. I love to interact with people, you know what I'm saying, moving and grooving,
Right.
taking clubs, drinking, women. I love that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Fall in love with that lifestyle, and it's like you can't walk away from it. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, it adds no value to your life.
None,
None.
none.
Yeah.
You know, we used to we too short fans. We too short
Man, better say it.
fat. So we gon' we gonna be the life of the party. We gonna have fun,
Definitely.
laugh, and enjoy everybody's company. You know, um,
Yeah.
but when you go down to do that 15 years, you go down to do 15. You at the beginning of it. I'm gonna go back to the beginning of it. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, man. Uh, listen. When I took that 240 months, I'm 28 years old at the time.
Yeah,
Like that was like a life sentence to me. Like my body shook for 3 days.
Yeah.
3 days, man, trying to process this. Like, man, you 28, you about to go down and do 20 years. And hold on. It was my kid's mom came up, and I told them, and it just didn't seem, it just seemed surreal, but I promised them, like, yo, I ain't gonna do all this time. I'll be back in about 2 years. And
Yeah.
I psyched myself up and told myself all 2 years until I came home. I just knew I was gonna be fighting the whole way through. And I went in. First thing I did, I wasn't interested in those sports or gambling. Where the law library at?
Yeah.
I trained myself and I learned the law. And then once I felt comfortable, like I knew it, then I started freeing other people up. And
Gonna
then
ask
I'm hustling in the jail, and I hustled hard in the jail, and there was a reason for that. I wanted to get all my hustling days and crime out of me while I'm in the system, because then I'm only dealing with earn good time. So
you.
it's
Yeah.
like, as I'm losing my earn good time, to me, I'm not losing nothing, because I never earned it in the beginning.
Right.
So I pretty much lost all my good time, but I got the hustling up out of me. And it was beneficial to me to do that, because I don't see a lot of people, myself included, go through the system, shot free just to get out here and then commit another crime where the stakes is even higher. Because now you're going back to prison. At least when I was
Yeah.
in jail hustling, the stakes wasn't high. I'm just losing some good time. And I go to another part of the jail and I'm right back. Nothing to
Yeah.
lose.
Right.
Versus getting out of here, getting out and then get back hustling. It was like,
Right.
man, you could have just did that in jail. Now you
Yeah.
out here facing the whole 10, 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah. A guy, okay, at our age now, you go in the courtroom, the judge say 240 months right now. That's a definite life sentence.
200. That's death, man. I'm 46. 20 years, man. That's like a life sentence, man.
Man,
Like,
listen, you don't
man,
know.
listen, I don't even put myself in them situations.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta say,
Yeah,
lane. I stay in my
yeah,
lane.
man.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's the best thing.
yeah,
I stay in my lane, bro. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't stand it. I couldn't see
yeah.
myself
I don't,
playing that game.
yeah, me either. Cause like me, I'm gonna be solid all the way through, and I'm gonna be the dude that's gonna be in there doing that 20 years again, coming
Come,
out when I'm 60 something.
come on, man.
So yeah, I don't want no parts of it.
I don't want no.
Cause I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be solid.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
bro. I know what I'm gonna do. I don't
yeah,
person is going, bro. You know
yep,
what I mean? I'm gonna take my lick on the chin because I know the things I get into. Hey,
yeah,
this is what the consequences was.
yeah.
So you got people that you got to know what the consequences of the game is before you start.
Right.
You know what I
Yep.
mean?
I don't know,
Sacrifice of this. Are you ready to play this game?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Man, give me 1 second. I gotta get my little daughter them came.
I,
Hey,
I understand.
sire, sire. Yeah, hold on. Let me put her upstairs for a second.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, girl. You lay it down. Okay, get your tablet, all right? All right.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I'd much rather be out here, man, struggling. You hear me? And I
Yeah,
ain't struggling, man. I just know, like out here, you can make something happen, and
you
you
can make
ain't got to be. It ain't got to be illegal. There's so much
it.
legal money out here.
There's legal money out here.
Yeah, people's getting up.
Yeah, I say if a boy get his bread up, he can go get a truck, get some lawnmowers, put a snow plow on the front of it. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
boss right there. You
yeah,
know removal. You got all type of things you could do. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree with you on that. I definitely would rather be out here where I make something happen than be behind the walls and have to um wait for something to happen.
yeah. A lot of waiting and depending on people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
facts, man. Um, I'm definitely glad to see you moving in the right direction. You've been home, you've been grinding, staying in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Doing everything you're supposed to do. I'm very proud of you, man. I'm proud to call you my brother, man. You know what I mean?
definitely.
Um, I appreciate the things you have done for me, man. When I was in situations, man, I appreciate everything you done, man. You know what I mean? I want to get you back on here. I want to do a round table with the guys, man, and just kick it and just
Okay.
I want to hopefully we can influence somebody or share something that we can help somebody with that they got going on. Maybe they have, youth programs. We can speak with the
Right.
youth, and try to guide them in the right direction. That's
Oh yeah.
is to steer any young man or woman in the right direction for them to succeed in life and never have to go through the things that we went through, bro. You know,
Yeah. See, and it's like I said, it's a lot of tools out here for people, man. The thing is, they don't know it.
right?
They're like, when I come on, I see people come ask me how you get your CDLs, and I was like, man, it's grant money. Like they
Right.
don't be knowing these things.
Yeah. I try to
But
I
yeah,
everybody that asked me about the CDL to that program. You know what I mean? Hey,
uh-huh.
look, go up here, talk to these people. They may not have the money at the time, but go back, talk to them again. It's definitely
Yeah,
programmed for people
yeah,
to make things happen. And maybe we could do that, maybe we could set up, or find somebody to help us set up and find programs where guys is coming home or guys is
yep,
that's headed on the wrong path to say, hey, look, they got these programs right here to help you do what you need to do. You know what I mean? The move
right.
direction. So that's
Yeah,
the thing that we can do. You know,
I'm ready whenever you is.
I,
You
I
know, I'm definitely ready.
I got you, man. I appreciate you, man, coming on here, man, and chopping it up with me, man. Like I said, we'll do this again, man. Sure. Uh,
Okay, yep.
yeah. But you have a
Man,
good,
love you, bro.
yep, and I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right.